You're watching the Auction Network.
Hi, I'm Hoyt Christopher here in Hollywood, California. Welcome back to Bonhams and Butterfields Entertainment Memorabilia Auction.
10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000.
Today's auction hosts one of the largest collections of classic movie posters.
This is what we call a one sheet from Gone with the Wind, and this is an important poster because this is arguably one of the best movies Hollywood ever made.
2252. All right, there's Gone with the Wind. For this example, we can start the bidding at 5,000. For this rare one, 5,055 now the bid.
How many are around? You know, it's not like today, you know, people talk about collectibles like they think they can produce a collectible. You can't do that anymore. In the time that the Gone with the Wind and other movies like this came out, they made them to show for a certain period of time and take them down and throw them away. So nobody kept them like they did today, and nobody mass produced them like they did today. So how rare that is, you can't put a value on how rare some of these things are. And for an opportunity to come to an auction and actually own one of these pieces and put it in your house and keep it and give it to your generations down the line, it's never going to be made again.
Say 7. 6,500 now the bid. Say 7 anywhere else. At 6,500 now the bid. Is there any advance? Are we all through at 65? Yes or no? Fair warning. At 6,500.
Look at this poster. This is a classic. This is Hollywood glamour at its finest.
This poster does exactly what posters are supposed to do, really make you take notice. I mean, it's hard to not look at Rita Hayworth in this great dress with that beautiful face. You don't even see the film title until you get to the very bottom. That's almost not the point. The point is she's back, and so you're immediately compelled into looking at what she's back in, and then you have to read the whole poster to figure out it's a fair in Trinidad. But this is why posters work. They make you take note, and then they make you go see the movie.
Fair in Trinidad. $1,000 for this one. 1,000 on this one. Thank you. 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400. 1,400 here first. 1,400. Do you want 1,500? 1,500. 16 will be next. 15 in the room. 1,600 on the phones. At 16, 1,700. 17 seated. Still in the room at 1,700 then, and selling at 1,700.
We couldn't come to Hollywood and not dish the dirt.
Want to dish a little dirt? You know, we can dish a little dirt. Okay. Marilyn Monroe's death, that is one of American tragedies that for all time will probably go unresolved.
That's just such a heated topic and a heated discussion for so many people. There are so many theories that the Kennedys killed Marilyn, that Marilyn and Joe DiMaggio were going to be remarried. You know, it's just, it just goes in so many different directions, and I just think, unfortunately, we may never really know the truth.
How did Marilyn Monroe pass? You know, it was foul play. Definitely foul play.
It's purported that there are connections between the Kennedy family and Marilyn. A lot of it could be true. It's hard to know for sure. They did know one another.
If you read all the different biographies, some people think definitely she had a relationship with both brothers. Other people think it was just a convenient rumor after all parties were dead. But these phone bills do indicate that she was calling Washington, D.C. the last month of her life.
There's a very interesting segment on film from President John Kennedy's birthday party, where she wore a very slinky dress and sang him, "Happy Birthday, Mr. President."
The Marilyn Monroe document relating to her gown and pumps worn to the birthday party for President John F. Kennedy in 1962.
So there was definitely some sort of connection. As to exactly what, we're only speculating.
This is an interesting piece. This is a shipping document that relates to the dress she wore to sing Happy Birthday to JFK. And it's just a very ordinary document that we all deal with if we have a job in a corporation. But this happens to talk about that famous dress she wore to sing that now famous version of Happy Birthday to the President.
A lot of interest. We're starting this one at $1,000. 1,000 is bid. 1,000 bid 11. 1,200 again at 12. 12 now the bid 13. 14, 15, 1,600. 16 now the bid goes 17. We're at 16, 17 the gentleman. 1,800. 18 say 19. At 18, 1,900. 2,000. 2,000 go 250. 2,250. In the lead now. Anyone else at 2,500. $22.50 the gentleman's bid. Selling if no further bids. Fair warning. Sold for $22.50. You got that one.
Sexy siren Marlena Dietrich. Was she as controversial as legend has it?
This is something she signed later. It's an old print of her, but she signed it in the 80s with a gold paint pen. And then she actually highlighted her eyebrows and her lips a little in the gold pen. And then someone framed it with 2 other shots of her. But it's just sort of a really nice later signature of hers, but an earlier photograph.
It's been said that she had possibly affairs with women. But you know, this day and age now, she probably would go unnoticed.
She was a great iconic movie star up until the very end. She was performing in her 70s. She looked fantastic and was a real kind of powerhouse.
Marlena Dietrich, signed black and white. There she is. Let's open the bid here at $250. $250 starts at $75 now. The bid go 3 for the Dietrich. Do I have $300 next? At $275 the bid. Say $300. Any advance of $275? Are we all through? At $275. Past that at $275.
This is Judy Garland's recording from Annie Get Your Gun, the film that she was notoriously fired from.
400 already. 400, 425. 450, thank you. 475 against you now.
Judy Garland, now that was a tragedy. She was the product of what happens to a child star who is pushed too heavily her whole life.
Judy Garland's voice to this day moves me beyond where I ever could be moved by any other singer.
She is just one of those type of superstars that no one will forget. And she's in the same league as Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, again, died, you know, in an illustrious way.
She was a genius. Not only her voice, but her acting. She came up through a very difficult time in the golden age of movies.
500. 500 still going. Absentees at 500. It's at 500 and selling away at $500, if no more.
Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. Now there was a stormy relationship. He was the quintessential, so to speak, Latin lover, on screen and off, and Lucy put up with a lot over the years.
Sell many checks that celebrities wrote out to someone many years ago. In this case, this was written out to Stephen G. Fletcher for $43.51 in 1954, and Lucille Ball Arnaz signed it. And it's just a check she wrote out, obviously, for utilities. So not too exciting, but now interesting because it was signed by Lucille Ball, and she's no longer with us.
Lucille Ball signed check and photograph. There it is, Lucille Ball Arnaz and Desi Arnaz check, and we'll open the bidding here at $250.
Even though she played a housewife who had to defer to her husband, she always got around things and was seen as very strong in and of her own right on the show, which is why I think the show still holds up now. She really did what she wanted to do on the show, and I think in real life.
She was the original guru of women succeeding in the film industry, both in front of the camera, behind the camera. She did it all, and she did it before anyone else. She was not just an actress, getting paid to act, but she was an actress paying the bills.
$250 for this example, 75 bid, go 3. At $275, shall we say 300 for the Lucy and Desi check? Anyone advancing $275? 300, thank you, sir. 300 on the aisle. You're out. Anyone else? If not, selling at 3. Fair warning. 3429 at 300.
Yeah, today they were auctioning off a check signed by Lucille Ball for her utility bill, and it went. I mean, people want that. They want to remember her.
Coming up next, it's Lights, Camera, Auction.
To register for future live auctions, go to auctionnetwork.com.